For Naruto, ramen was never just food, but why did it mean so much to him? Because when the village turned its back on him, one man named Teuchi offered him a seat, a smile, and a hot bowl of ramen. After this, ramen became a symbol of family and of love and a home that Naruto had to go to. And today, I'm recreating that journey in 3 bowls of ramen, each one representing Naruto's growth from Genin all the way to Hokage. Our first bowl represents Naruto at the very beginning as a Genin, the lowest rank of ninja. For Naruto, these were his loneliest years. He had no parents, no friends, and really no one cheering for him after training. So for this first bowl, it's very plain just like those early years, noodles and broth, just enough to keep going. But what's amazing is that even in this stage, when life gave him so little, Naruto still had hope. He still had that wild dream of becoming Hokage. And just think about how amazing that is. A kid with nothing, no family, no support, and no reason to believe things could get better. And yet he dared to dream of becoming the strongest ninja in the village. He wanted to be Hokage not just for himself, but because deep down, he believed if he could become Hokage, people might finally acknowledge him. This simple bowl, it's not much, but it's a start. It's the Genin version of Naruto. Scrappy, underestimated, but it's still full of determination. And just like this ramen, Naruto didn't look like much to people around him, but beneath that surface, there was potential and strength, all waiting to be unlocked. And just like Naruto's early days, this ramen is simple, but it kept moving him forward. Our second bowl represents Naruto as a Chunin, not officially by rank in the anime, but in spirit. Because this stage is about acceptance. It's about those first cracks in the wall the village built around him. For the first time, people began to see Naruto for who he really was. He started forming bonds. Kakashi saw his potential, Sakura saw his determination, and heck, even Sasuke, his rival, couldn't deny his strength and heart. For the first time, Naruto wasn't completely alone. And at the heart of all this growth was Ichiraku's ramen. Because every time Naruto walked into that shop, Teuchi never turned him away. Because he didn't see a demon. He saw a kid with a huge smile and an even bigger appetite, and a heart that just craved connection. This bowl is warmer, richer, the noodles are topped with soft-boiled eggs, some nori, and a little bit of spam. It's not just survival anymore. It's proof that someone actually believed in him. Teuchi probably never realized it, but every bowl of ramen he served Naruto was a small act of love. And for a boy who grew up with nothing, those small acts mattered more than anything. And this is where Naruto starts building bonds with his team, his teachers, his friends, and after missions, after battles, and after those long days, he came back to Ichiraku's. And each bowl of ramen told him the same thing, that you belong here. And that's what this ramen represents. The growth, the friendship, and the kind of warmth you can only get when someone finally looks at you and says, I see you. And now this ramen tastes like someone cares, and for Naruto that meant everything. And finally, the Hokage bowl. This is the ramen that represents Naruto at the height of his journey. No longer the lonely outcast, no longer the boy people whispered about. He's a leader, a husband, a father, and yes, he finally becomes Hokage. This bowl is full, colorful, and rich because by this point, Naruto's life is full. He has people who love him, friends who fight by his side, and he has a family of his own. And ramen has been there for every step. From his first lonely meal, to Teuchi's kindness, to sharing laughter with his teammates, and to celebrating victories with his friends. Ramen has always been Naruto's safe place, so this bowl is different. We start with tonkotsu broth, rich and deep in flavor, and we add some marinated pork belly, cooked to perfection and sliced thick, a soft-boiled egg, a little bit of mushrooms, and every single one of these toppings adds some color, richness, and meaning, just like every bond in Naruto's life made him stronger. This Hokage bowl represents belonging. It represents love. It represents the boy who never gave up, finally sitting at the head of the table, surrounded by the family he's always wanted. And it proves something simple but powerful. Sometimes the smallest acts of kindness, like serving a bowl of ramen, can change someone's life. From Genin to Hokage, Naruto's ramen tells a story of survival and of kindness. Because for Naruto, ramen was never just about the noodles in the bowl. It was proof that he mattered, and proof that someone cared. And in the end, that's what made all the difference. This was the real story behind Naruto's ramen. A boy with nothing who ended up with everything, one bowl at a time.